Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. We are going to be a little bit quieter. Try to capture the essence of art and intrigue of it. No, I'm BSing everyone. This is literally just this is just a normal stream. I got you for a moment though. Yeah, it's just a normal stream. But yeah, hi. How's everyone doing today? We're gonna be moving the wheel to the middle of the screen. Maybe make it a bit bigger. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna get all the messages sent out and everything. On maybe I need to. Does it look better? It does. That looks slightly better. Like I thought I was looking fine earlier. I'm not. I don't like right now. I don't like how I look right now, unfortunately. So we're not going to. So yeah, we're not gonna view myself. That's fine. Okay. Just put that back. I know it's like the same music over and over, but like. So, I think our first order of business is to get what we're drawing. Open up the wheel. And our first thing is going to be... One. Building! Holy crap, I'm drawing buildings first. That's that. You will remove that option for now. And here, let's see what type of building we're drawing. A Solarpunk building. Okay, let me get some references up and hide the wheel. Let me also type these in as well. Okay. pop it. We want... Oh. Oh. Let's hide the... And let's get to drawing. So, I have a couple ideas for this. I need to find two good references. I'm kind of thinking about it because I think I know it's like certain things I want to do, but like I know I could do better. Actually, let's look up Solarpunk references first. And I'll put them on screen. I'm gonna find any like random building off Google. No, I'm not gonna be copying anything. I just want reference and a feel. This might be AI too, so that's another reason. And then I want to, so I'm gonna open that up. File, import. You go to our pictures. Solarpunk building. Open that up. That'll be in that corner. Also want to get one of my other pictures. Let me try to find one of those that I really like. I'm trying to find one for my trip to Europe that I really liked. Because honestly, I'm not going to do any of these pictures justice. Honestly, which is a shame. I might find something in the style that I want. Like, maybe. We'll see. I think I saw quite a few buildings I really like in Dubrovnik. How do I like that one? I like that one, actually. I think that one's a good one. That's a really big picture. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and... Oh, I made it really small now. That's not lossless. That is not lossless. Maybe I should have rasterized it first. Or maybe I shouldn't have made it so big. I mean, small and then big. Okay. I think that's a good size. So we're gonna draw this building somewhere on the other side. So my working area is going to be basically this area right here. That's not a good color. Yeah, this area right here is gonna be my working area. So we need to decide on what we're doing. So I really like the sharp angles of this building. Like, so if we go into this building just a little bit. So I like these sharp angles. What if we keep these sharp angles? So we're not really going to trace the building, but we are going to try to understand it. Yeah, I like that. I don't like that as much. So what if it's basically that with some sort of rounding? 2.5. Like something like that, where there's a rounding thing. Or actually, let's get out here. Have the rounding. And then that leans over to here, which is fine. And then... no, I don't like that as much. So instead, we're going to... that is so far back. You do have to do that. Yeah, let's just continue the design over. There. And on here, we'll have like... terraces or something. Like... something like that. In a way. Or this can be like just general lines like that. Where I can like, kind of corner it like that. I mean, obviously that's not how it's going to be it's not going to be a complete design yet. But I do like that in a way. Maybe have another like bar on it or something. That has some sort of like 3D effect. Something kind of like that. And then the other side of the building will follow a very similar style. But this side of the building will actually slope a little bit downwards. Here. And across. More like that. Where it instead slopes up. Like, here, actually, we'll get, like, big wind turbines or something. Like, I'm not gonna fully draw the wind turbines, but, like, it's gonna be, like, wind turbines or something. Where I think I'm liking this direction. Okay, so if that's that, and the building slopes, like right here, we need something on the... obviously, we can't see back there, but we do need a line over here. Sort of like have a horizon piece. And then that has to go up right there. These will need to move back anyways. That's fine. And then Mm, maybe actually that has to go down like that. Is that more of a cuboid thing? I like that. I like that. I like that. Oh, 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 well, I'm drawing it on it anyways. Well, it's fine. I'm gonna be just taking the general shape anyways. So yeah, let's start on the actual design. So we're gonna say it's like a very naturist thing where it's kind of falling apart in a way. Maybe we could curve it. It's still on the same design spread. Whoop, whatever. It is slightly different. Let's actually make it its own layer now. I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe it instead is a view from like higher up. Maybe that's the view that this is meant to be looking at. So yeah, it's a view from up here where... Yeah, let's complete those. That's not completely in line, unfortunately. I mean, right now it's very shapy. So we need to add more details. What if somewhere around... Yeah, somewhere around here, we need to go there and back. Head back. Head over. Or we head back over. And then this corner will be like that. Where it goes back over. Yeah, something like that. Erase this. Unnecessary. And then, I know we're only really using the line tool right now, but that's fine. I'm trying to incorporate more things from... I'm seeing from this image at the top. Where maybe... on the inside... Like, right now I'm focusing on this portion of the build, but I wouldn't mind incorporating, like, more designs in later. But, like, geometric shapes like that are pretty easy to do right now. Even when I don't know the completed design. But yeah, speaking of the design, I need to kind of extend it out a little bit more. So obviously the building is facing this way. Like, it has that... Like, the disappearing line is there. Like, the middle line is right there. Like, that's the plane that's on. Which, I'll put that up there. So, what we want to do is... Let's kind of expand the roof back a little bit. maybe we extend this down? Like a wall? No, it needs to extend more this way. That makes it look somewhat right. And then we need to basically do a disappearing line. We need to align backwards right there. That doesn't work. Okay, we need to align backwards right there. All the way down to here, where there's a line right there. I don't like that. Don't get me wrong, I love complicated shape. But this is a bit too complex. I mean, I'm just trying to get a feel for the building right now, honestly. See, I definitely think that this building extends more. I think it needs a curve right here. Something like that, maybe? No, I don't like that. Again, looks a bit too clean, honestly. Yeah, I don't like any of this. I mean, I like the design a little bit, but I don't like the angle that I'm viewing it from. It needs to be more perspective-based. So, let's first go, like, right here. Like, some sort of building that needs to go this way. Like, obviously, this isn't going to be, like, my cleanest sketch ever. But, I mean, honestly, this stream was never meant to, like, be about coloring anything. We'll see about it, though. I don't like any of that. And let's just start sketching. See what happens. I like sketching. Maybe we paint. Well, let's get, like, pencil. Maybe make it more gray. So yeah, so we want some sort of wind turbines here. I do, I think. So wind turbines are like, they have blades. Especially the Solarpunk ones, they have blades like this. Like the sci-fi one, in a way. Like, because Solarpunk is a mix of sci-fi and, you know, actual. There's like something like that where it curves around or something. I don't know. Maybe let's start with down here. So we want that to curve a little bit. So we actually want some sort of thing there. So like it has a curve, you know? Like obviously the curve is not the best right there, but that's fine. Leading into some sort of building. That goes of like this, I think. Like it needs to kind of shoot out like that, then spread back in. And all around its faces, it has some sort of that with that down there. Something like that, in a way. That needs to be way bigger though. Something more like that, I think. But that's the feel. And have more geometric shapes, kind of like holding it. Something more like that with... Maybe it needs like face or something. Maybe something more like that. With some sort of like face around. Yeah, something like that. First perspective. Like some sort of road or something down there. And off of it will be a sort of like building. It's very angular. Something more like this. That leads to this sort of thing where it kind of curves around, maybe? Here. Then it goes down. Something more like that, where it curves down there. Yes, something kind of like that. That way we keep the angular line that I like. Then we have another building back here. Which is more of like the... Just like, you know, a domed building or something. A dome. Or something more clever. Like... That goes like that, but stretches around like that. Into this building. Yeah, by that point, that's the disappearing to the building. And dome thing on top of that. some sort of like door there, maybe? I don't know. I'm thinking that it's sort of support thing. Right here. And then around it, spread around, we'll have like different, like here, we'll stretch this out a little bit more. Do a mini one that has like flower, like bushy. Maybe we can have a. Well, first, I need to actually finish that building. But like maybe we have like sort of tree or something right there. And in the background, maybe we can have some sort of platform off in the distance. It's back there. And that is the thing that has like my windmill or something. Like something like that. Like, and obviously that's gonna be curved. It's gonna be more like that. Same time, I want like vines growing up the walls too. Something like that. Ah. That. And yeah, I think that's gonna be my concept art. I need to actually focus on making it. We can hide these. And we might be able to expand it out more. But it should be fine. And maybe we move this more towards like the middle. Maybe an edge over here. So we have a little bit more space to work. Yeah, something kind of like that. And then like in the middle, we have to expand that out just a bit. Its own thing. Like that. And on this side, we need like that. Something like that. Into over here. Which we in the background have as the horizon is right here in the middle of the paint, basically. Has some sort of like blurry building background or something. Or we have some other sort of like wall around here. Something like that. But kind of looks. Yeah, something kind of like that with sort of like lines like that. Kind of revert to the original design a little bit. Just on a more uniquely shaped building. Even more. Yeah, something kind of like that. And then on this side, it's going to be like solar panel. Maybe, yeah, some sort of like thing in the background, maybe. Like the disappearing line is back, basically. Maybe that's like wall or something. Maybe that's slightly inlaid or something. Maybe there's a staircase in the background. Or something. I don't know. But I think it is going to start. So, let's start. I think the easiest place to start is going to be this wall right here. We're going to start, yeah, with this. That will give me the pretty much exact dimension. I do need a curve there. On the way down, a bit. Because that's about in line. It needs to be a little bit more. And then that one was way off, I think. Then starting here to here. We do need that. That one needs to be a bit shorter. It's fine. Yeah, that kind of stretches around. So now we need to erase parts of this. Then down here. Just going around. Yeah, something kind of like that, I think. So I look at that just separately. That's an interesting design. Which is what we're striving for. So that does mean that the middle building's gonna be a bit more awkward. But should we do that? I think I need to use a normal. And then I need curve ceiling here. Except not gonna be. This would be kind of like a biodome. Where so the point is gonna be right here. For this. This is basically gonna be center. And kind of like this. I do need to give it more depth, unfortunately. Yeah, something like this. Put that there. Needs to slide a little bit. That was not the same on both sides, unfortunately. Yeah, something like that. Where I had some sort of depth to it. What if at the top, up here. Actually, let's start. Since I am like in that position, remove that. Then right down the middle. The top right there. Down. And that changes that to point where now a triangle. I like that. I like that about and over here, you can do the same thing, except now it's actually going to be different. Slightly different. Where this is now a triangle on that side. You can barely see that side of the triangle. But you can see this all the way down. Where's that not ring? Know for a fact that those two are. So this one got here. Maybe it's just hidden, actually. Where and the others. And then this side goes down with it. Yeah, something like that is something I like. And obviously the block facing the exact same way. That. And I like the block. Unfortunately, I don't like the block. It's because it's pointed the wrong way, isn't it? Is it pointed the wrong way? It is. Wait, let's wait on that. One. Yes, no building's gonna be the worst building to do. But we prosper. Maybe I should make another curve on the ground. And yeah, that's where our center is. That means that another box needs to be right here. Except it needs to be on the platform. then kind of like that. I'm not recording any time lapse of this though, unfortunately. Wish I was. It'd be interesting to see how my process changes. And this needs to go down here. Connect with that one. Go there. Oh. It's a third. It should probably be a bit... It's fine for now. I can always come back and fix those later. Okay, on the other third, that's gonna be basically a little bit up. So this one's not gonna be as visible. Actually, no, it'd be just as visible, probably. I know, I'm drawing these first before I draw in, like, the actual edges and the actual paints. Yeah, it is gonna be hidden. Partially by the... Actually, I should draw the inside ones first. Be a little bit bigger, like... Draw the third one there. Draw that there. And clean up there. And then attach. Oh, that looks a little weird down there. Fine. This is basically just trying to get a feel for what I'm doing. I mean, honestly, we're not going to, like, fully color this either. Like, that's not gonna happen. That would take way too long. We're basically just sketching. Then, what we need now is some sort of curve on the inside down here. Or actually, we're gonna have it be like that. Where it goes. Except we need to start it down. Push that between. Yep, this. Like that. I don't know if I like that, but it should be fine for now. Yeah, if I turn off that, let's just clean up any, like, rough edges, right? Anything that is intersecting. Yeah, I like that. So now we move on to one of these other two buildings. maybe. Try with that. Try with that. However, that down to there. Instead, the sort of edge there. Then that switches in. That goes into that, and then we need her. This one kind of gets cut off just a little. Maybe it needs to be cut off a bit further in. If we're like that. Yeah, we're like that. Except, no, I don't like that. And that makes sense because you can't see anymore. I, mm, I don't like that. Like that. That's good. That stretches to there. Which is also good. That just gets cut off. That goes over to here. Just there. This goes up. Same angle right there. That goes across to there. That goes over to there. Nope, that goes over there. Oh my goodness. I am popping it up. Completely flubbering. What does that mean? I don't know. I thought it was funny. Actually, I think that needs to go in front of. Like, is that good perspective? Might be. It cuts off a little bit early. That might be good perspective. I don't know. It could be good perspective. How thick do I want to make this? Probably that. Goes over to there. Goes there. And then this. Oh, whoops. This needs to go all the way around. banish that. We need. Even if it continues a little bit on, it should be fine. But that doesn't look good. That looks good there. Oh wait, I need to curve this. That's the reason why I'm so stressed about it. See, may still make that there. But then I need to basically curve that in right here. Where, I mean, it looks basically the same. But there is like a couple major differences. I mean, it's fine. But now in the underbuilding, which we're going to basically all like the tilts. Yeah, tilt it in, then tilt it out. Except that's way too tilting. I do think it needs to be back there. And that's perspective. Into there. I need to clean it up. You know, it really helps that I draw this on one single canvas. Also, I think I need to shift where the top. Down there. I like that. I like that. But yeah, today we're basically just going to sketch it out. In the future, we'll probably actually, you know, color it and stuff. Clean that up. Clean that up. Yeah, that looks good. So, it is a bit awkward. I can actually be moved back slightly. I think that's even. I think that this one. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Then make it a small other building. Good. Bit cut off. But basically, this building is the one that is supporting this building. Like this. And then down here, we need the final building. Which, of course, is going to be like the wall building. Another here. That one needs to get curved up. Like that. Oh, this is looking clean. Look how clean this looks. Except for that. Don't look at that line. Like, this looks really clean so far. And now we just have this building right here. Which is going to be the weird one. So, basically, in the image, it's like that. Where I kind of see it being like this. Make it like a big triangle like that. Some sort of other building kind of like cutting through the middle of it. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. But we do need it to be bigger. Now, like up here. And then that leads to down here. Which is basis for the tower. There. It goes around like this, leads into some sort of dome shape. Let me get another curve out. Or ellipse. Get it? The curve. Going from there to up here. Just a little bit further back. No, it doesn't. It needs literally needs to be further forward. Okay. So yeah, that means I need to do the ellipse slightly more forward, like that. Where that's the center of the dome, basically. Or maybe the dome is more centered here. Or something more like that, maybe. With some sort of... Yeah. I drew that at a weird angle. I'm going to need to just ellipses it first. Ellipses where it is, and then it needs to be higher. Right there. Leading into there. Except not. There, leading into... I like that. As a concept. At an hour 30, I'm going to stop this build and move on to the next one. Well, not build, but, you know, drawing. But I think that this is the style I'm going for this one. I really like it, actually. So, if we want that to be that means that that has to go all the way down there. This one also needs to go all the way down there. Come on, let's go. I'm gonna be barely in there, but it's not necessary. But I am going to like. I need to be a bit closer. I'm gonna do it like that. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it's okay for now. Like I said, I might come back to this. And this sign needs to be basically opposite of that one, where it's one design all the way down. That. Yeah, that's. Then we erase the inside just slightly. Let's just see how that looks. Because actually, I'm not going to erase that building. I'm going to erase that. And that goes up here. That's fine. Yeah, perspective is fine on that, I think. Maybe slightly wonky, but it's fine. And then we just need the inside. And we're going to go kind of like a weird design. Where it kind of folds out a little bit. Like that. Go down into that. It kind of looks like an hourglass. In a way, it does. That's not how it's meant to. go out here. And out at the top. And out this way. Because I want it to go kind of like that. Or hear me out, right? You could go basically that. And then on here and that. I know buildings aren't the most interesting, so I probably won't do buildings again. Unless they're like part of a scene. I saw on stream. Or if I move more towards paint or something, that could be cool. Do that down. Move that. Then need to remove this portion. Better. That. And somewhere in the background. And down here is going to be... Oh, whoop. I'm going to have a curve there. Yeah, down here is going to be that little flower bed that I said I was going to do. Down there's going to be that. Remove this. And yeah, I think the perspective's a little wonky on this side now. On this left side. But it's not awful. And I can live with it. And then... Yeah, that's the basic design, I think. Like, in the background. Let's actually go down a layer. Maybe there's, like, some sort of... like... mountain range or something. The background. No, I don't like that. I do think it needs something in the background. I just don't know what. Because the vanishing line is right... like... right here. That's the horizon. So, no matter what I draw, it needs to be here. So... go past that, maybe. Try to draw, like... some sort of... yeah, I do like the idea of mountains. I think I need some, like, forest or something a bit closer. Like, something more like that. Remove the horizon line from it real quick. The build. From some of the trees. Make it look a little bit more dense. Where you can't really see the mountain in the background anymore. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Can't remember the mountain though, right there. But yeah, this is what the original build looks like. With this is what the original looked like. Or, you know, it was a bit less clean. And this version looks like this. Which it's not very green. It's not very Solarpunk, unfortunately. Which was the theme. But I don't really have enough time to, like, do much of the details because I only have 7 more minutes. We might have some time. So, like, maybe... Maybe, hear me out, right? What if we go back on top of this roof and add in the solar panel? So solar panels are a bit weird, in which on the bottom you need to basically make a rectangle right here. And you make another rectangle on top of it, kind of bisecting it. Except that's not correct. Bisection. Something kind of like that. Where then it has like... some sort of structure behind it. Holds it up. Honestly, it's not very tree either. I also really wanted to add the tree as well. So let's actually do that. So the tree is going to be way more organic. I think the tree stretches from behind there. Stretches out a branch from behind there. Goes down like that. Not like that, but you know. Really bushy tree, apparently. No. None of that. Then I need to basically take this out and this in. Some sort of roots or something going out of the ground. Like reclaiming the nature that once grew. Am I making Miss Frizzle tree? Something kind of like that. I know it's a bit messy, but I think it's fine. I'm trying to be careful about what inside the tree. Because honestly, I wasn't planning on drawing a tree in this one, but I am now. Wasn't ready. And this needs to go down. And yeah, that's kind of just like the general thing. I might undo the tree. I don't like the tree. I don't like the tree at all, actually. I think of a better design at some point. Who knows? I might be able to add a note to this because we are about to roll the second theme. Once I remove this tree, we're gonna roll the second theme. So obviously, we have our buildings for Solarpunk. So now, and then let's go spin it. Let's see what we're gonna draw. There's no way. Rigged. Rigged. We're drawing nature. And what sort of style? Medieval nature. Huh? I'm trying to think about what's the best way to do this. Topic 2. An evil nature. So that's like the fauna. That's like the flora and fauna. Let's add a new layer. So yeah, this is all gonna be one build, I guess. Let's get a reference image. Like, what's the first thing that pops up on Google when I search medieval nature? That's a really good question. Evil nature. I'm thinking something like this. New one. Where it will be different. It will be slightly different. So this is actually, that's not really, I would say that's medieval per se. It's more, that one was more fantasy actually. This one's a bit better, I think. M. File import failed. No. Open. M. Picture. A supported file format. It's a JPEG. What? It's a JPEG. Fine, we'll go with the previous one. I don't know if I really like that. Yeah, this is going to be the image I go with. Well, sort of like feeling of it. Very majestic. Put that at the bottom. Put it off to the side. Probably. So yeah, what if, right? Let's turn down that opacity a little bit. So obviously this is going to be behind this build. So we need to plan it out. So there's going to be some sort of like mountains back here. In a way. With some sort of like waterfall right here. Or no, the waterfall would be right here. Maybe there can be... Actually, it'll be like further off in the distance. But that will lead into like some sort of a river that will go through here. Go down this side over here. Yeah, some sort of river that goes down that side. And is powering like maybe a water wheel right here. Yeah, we got some mountains. There's like maybe like some sort of lake up here. Actually, like the mountains are like off all the way in the distance. Like maybe it kind of deepens up a bit here. or something. Then on the other side, actually, let's hide this. Let's keep the mountains in the background. And then go with like more of a foresty thing over here. Because we can keep the forest. And trees, trees, trees. Like something like that. Where it's like where the river kind of goes all the way through here. Where I do need to start smaller with that river. That didn't fully work how I wanted it, you know? But it's something like that. So yeah, let's start with the waterfall. So down here, let's kind of curve it through to here. But no, and you like it needs to flatten out as it goes further. Kind of more like that, where then as it gets closer, that's when it thickens out. Like more like that or something. And then in the distance, this is where the waterfall is going to be. With some sort of like cliff right here. With some sort of thing right there. Where is my music? I do need to finish this river a bit as well. Around here. It goes around here. That. And this one goes wider. That. Like this right here. Then right here is like a little stone or something that's splitting the water a little bit. Something kind of like that. And then in the water, there's gonna be like some larger stone. again, break up the water a little bit. Like that, where it's more frothy here. Down there is very frothy, very well, like when it passes the stones, it gets more frothy or something. Like maybe there's a bridge or something. Oh, that does need taken out. Okay, so that's where the waterfall is. I need some sort of cliffs. So and right here. Is bottom of the mountain. There, that leads to that. Okay. Over here, where's the bottom? Here, where it is clear that that does go up all the way. Then over here, there's the bottom. We kind of read up. mean, what's here? Down here. See this a little longer. Going. That looks very realistic. Where's the back? Then we need a couple more trees over here, probably. Just keep adding more detail. Maybe the river has to start over here, too. I mean, most of that detail is, like, hidden, honestly. Like, it's not even that big of a deal if it just ran... if it doesn't join correctly. Like, it joined like that, or something. This... leading into, like, the forest. Where it's like... it's just sort of messy over here. I know we're just kind of, like, randomly going around with trees. But, like, I think that this is just a good strat for me. Especially since we're not actually, you know, especially since we're not actually, you know, finishing this day. And then a little bit closer, get the bigger trees that are... they're more like that. I mean, we're basically just speed drawing at the moment. Because I want to see if I can get in like a third topic, maybe. No, I don't. I don't want to get in a third topic. Like, it looks better further away, honestly. Yeah, I don't think I actually like this forest at all. We're moving it. No, I need to get rid of all that. I don't want to remove the mountains, because I really like the mountains. I need to control Z a lot. Spam it. Spam it! Oh, we're at max control Z. Oh. About the spamming it part. It's fine, we'll just redo the bottom of the mountain over here. Sorry, alarm. What? Back up here. That. Obviously, we need to include actual trees here. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not that talented. I think that this is a pretty good scene in total. He has a nice background. The only thing that I think I could use is just more detailing. Like, for example, what if there was like a random... What if there was like a nice bridge over here? Like some sort of path that kind of like goes through the area or something. Or what if the... What if like this city is like... Sort of... Yeah, what if we start adding more details to the city now that we're here? where we're able to kind of like finish off things. Like, this is my time to finish things off. Like that. But what if we instead do something more this? That needs to be erased out. Then have to do this. That gives the correct feeling, I think. At least slightly. And I don't really know what solar cells look like, so I'm assuming it looks something similar to this in a way. Maybe more rectangular. Yeah, would have been. I need to be slightly offset. Back the other way. You know, if I add like a lot of the details now. Like, obviously I don't like this one as much. I still need to get it correct. Nice on brand with all the other ones. I'm doing... I know I'm supposed to be working on the nature of this place, but that seemed more interesting at the moment. And maybe off in the distance, we can see some like wind turbines or something in the mountains. Yeah, like in the mountains, there's just some wind turbines or something. And these are like huge turbines. Like it's storytelling all in one. I like that. I like the idea. They're basically combining the two styles in one. Inlet for the wheel. that goes there. Then it folks with basically go like that. Let me first remove all the... just there. The inside and goes like that. Kind of like that, in a way. I'm not trying like that, though. I don't like the bottom, but I don't like that. Maybe I need to see more, but that's fine. Also, it's just not connected to anything either. Hold up. I need to figure out where it's connected. Maybe like there's something in the wall over here. Maybe some sort of hole. Like, put that back in. Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but I think it's fine. So let's add some more detailing to like the windows and stuff. So obviously there's going to be one right here. And that's kind of like that. It's like halfway on the window. And this one's like fully down the middle. Then on layer 6, layer 3, another transitionary block, another transition right there. The other side of the building. Or I can just... Oh no, I have an... That down to here. Switch it over just a little bit. I do think it needs more details at the bottom, but it's fine for now. You just want to add more windows. This side is going to be slightly different because I'm going to try to curve it with it. And over here is where I'll have like this normal window. Well, cuboid windows. That's not right. That's a bit better. And right over here. It's meant to be weird. It's meant to be weird. We'll keep making it weird. Yeah, honestly, we're just adding details now. That phase. Yeah, we're just being weird. A curve. Here. Then up to here. Another. That looks about right. We need the middle building. I I will say that they are two very different styles. Like, the mountains are very organic, while this is very industrialish. But that's fine. Also, while I'm down here, you know, that needs to go over there. That. Make things weirder, honestly. I also want to add more detailing to the roof right up here. Yeah, that's good. Like that. That goes all the way. Goes up here. On the other side. There. Then I need one stretching all the way across. With curve straight through there. This one is also right there. This one. Again, we're getting weird with it. I feel like this building has too much empty space. So I need to make it all windows. Or at least some other texturing. Some other texture. Yeah. That looks nice. Okay. Maybe try make this in. There is such a thing as too much texturing. But too many details. It's the maximalist thing. But I think this is a nice spread. And then in here, like if I turn off all the details, that's what it looks like. It looks so much better like this. Let's go up one layer. Then we... I just want a bush. It's not the best bush, it's a bush. Nature. And... There. I feel like it should be higher than the actual building itself. As these are like mutated crops or something. Which they aren't. It seems. And second layer 8. Let's add some more detail. Dang. I don't want it to look like scribbles. It kind of looks like scribbles though. It's fine. Hear me out, right? What if we... move the bad art tag, please? This is bad art. This looks awful. It's awful. I don't want to hear it. It's not good. Nuking me? Though I actually do like the background. Yeah, no, my two themes that I've gotten are Solarpunk building and medieval nature. Unfriended like the movie? Oh no. Not the movie. I don't want to... That's... Oh no. That's bad. That's really bad. I don't want to be killed. I don't want to be killed by the ghosts. Was it not actually bad? I don't like it. I don't know if it's just me or if it's just like something's wrong. But I'm not that good of an artist. But anyways, let's continue on with maybe trying to have nature reclaim this area. Yeah, what if we have nature reclaim it a little bit? Like along this wall, there'll be some ivy. There's like leaves on it. Yeah, like little leaves on here. Like basically have nature slightly be reclaiming this area. Get more like oxygen in the air. Because they need to store it all. Also, I need to destroy this just a little bit. Need to get rid of the shaft going through it all. And my music stopped again. Also, what's going on with my screen? I have to alt tab to get to my music, which is not fun. Like, obviously, I only have about half an hour, so I could semi-color this. But I would just want to keep adding detail. Maybe add some shading and stuff in. Yeah, what type of leaf is this? That's a really good question that I don't know the answer to. It's a very flat leaf. It almost looks flowerish at times. Then keep the ivy on this wall. Maybe a bit more detailed on the ivy. Now that we're a bit closer to the camera. Like, around here, we also have all the ivy. Then on layer 7, I need to remove all of this. I want to add texturing in the bottom. And then we need more ivy going up this wall. And then I think it's time we add some shading in. So let's go with this darker color up here. So right here is going to be a bit darker because it's under an overhang. It like kind of faints off right down here when it gets longer. But then down here it reappears. Down here it needs a little bit. Not that good enough. Down here it needs a little bit of a shadow. And give it a shadow down. Like the sun is shining from basically on top. Like somewhere like on top right here. Of all that being darker. No. I like the middle building, I think, being lighter. Like maybe it's reflecting light in all the directions. I do need to pin that underneath. It's not shining down from here. This all... It needs to be shadowed a little bit. Okay, do I like that before or after? I think I like some of it after, actually. I don't think I like it on here, though. I think on here is a bit awkward. It was right here. I like those spots, though. Because it feels a bit more clean. Okay, that's good there. Obviously, this area needs a bit of a shadow down here. Okay. I need something out here. You want to go back to sit? Start drawing a few more trees, maybe? Yeah, I think we will. Maybe I draw a bit more training. I don't know if I like those, actually. Like, maybe every once in a while, but not at that. Yeah, maybe something like that. Or some, like, bird-esque thing. I don't know why I'm drawing animals. This is supposed to be nature-esque. It's fine, honestly. And cat, head. And I don't know why I'm drawing birds, but I guess they're part of nature. And I have my own category for animals. It's fine. No, I don't like this bird at the front. Basically just want to add any, like, last minute details. Because I want to kind of close this out soon. Maybe I need to... Well, let's add, like, a road or path or something. To here. Actually, maybe instead of that, do, like, stone. Or something. I also want to fix that bird again. I don't like the head turning that way. Like, I think that this works on a first look. But I'm not sure if it works like anywhere else. Not that it matters too much. I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just adding things at the moment. Maybe like there's some jagged rock or something out here. Or something like some rock pile. Yeah, something like that. Maybe I can make a little nest around here. Hold on. Because it kind of looks like a tree. So what if, like, that's the nest or something? Like, for storytelling, there could be, like, splats of things. Like bird poop around. I need to remember to go with the angle on this. Yeah, there's like bird poop all over there or something. Because this is like where they build their nests. Or something. I don't know. Just kind of thinking of ideas. But over here is relatively clean. Because it has like some sort of... on like 7. Has some sort of like working... just by telling the story of this area. Like, this is a rundown little... It's a rundown laboratory sort of thing. Where birds have kind of like... Where nature has kind of reclaimed this area. That this to be like vibrating or something. It's keeping away all the living things. A little bit. They can still fly over it, but like ivy and stuff aren't growing on it for some reason. And why is that? Because of the lore of this area, apparently. Yeah, we'll just kind of keep adding detail. Because, yeah, I think that this does need to be in black and white. Like, I know I could add more shading and stuff to, like, the windows. But I think that they're fine overall. I mean, I don't like bottom windows, but whatever. Ow! I just hit my elbow. My elbow. Right, is there anything else that I want to add? What if I add, like... some sort of person? Like, maybe in the distance? Like, to show that they are... that people are coming back. Maybe. What happened to his arm? That's fine. And maybe, like, add some, like, texturing on the river. Especially, like, closer up. Something like that, maybe? I know, I'm just trying new things. Honestly, like, every single Wednesday, I just want to try new things. Kind of, like, chill. But I think that this is going to be basically the completed build. Build, I say. It is not a build. Maybe there's like a Jeep or maybe there's like a car something over here. Beep beep. I don't like that. No. I wasn't good at drawing cars before, not good at drawing cars now. Yeah, I think this is going to be it. At 2 hours and 15 minutes. This is going to be the completed build. Completed drawing. Basically, if we can do 2 different topics per drawing stream and combine them into one image, that'd be perfect. So we will have to re-add medieval stuff to it. And that one... What? Building. Medieval and solar punk. Yeah, this will be added to the wheel for later. Let me make like a chat in my server real quick. Now. Now. That's the wheel. Over with. Then we'll just zoom in. Just to appreciate the majesty of it. Like, I don't think it's my best build, my best art ever. But for basically 3 hours of drawing, like, I don't think I did too bad. Plus, this will help me, like, find more of an art style I really enjoy. And I don't know if I've been too loud or something. I'm trying to be, like, a little bit quieter. Especially since I'm so close to my mic. But yeah. I think that's gonna be it. Let me export this. And then save it. Now that's still one. File. Ah. Maybe someday we'll come back and actually complete them. Fully complete. Not just like, you know, finish. I don't know. That might be something for later, though. Or like, I don't want to have like 2 streams dedicated to doing one thing though. I feel like that's a bit silly, short-sighted. I don't know. That's my perspective. I want to finish up what? Just let me finish like storing something out. And then that'll be the stream. Because I want to make like a folder for like all my stuff. I forgot to do that. I also wouldn't mind making more things next stream for like emotes, um, maybe like small animations or something. I've never really done any animation work. Sorry, I need to like organize things. Holy moly. My folder is like full of like stupid. I think that's everything. Okay, okay. Let me show some of my first art though, real quick. This. Let's compare this to this. It was a really stupid encounter. This was a D&D campaign, a really old one, where I was playing funny board. What are they? What are the names of them? Of the robot like D&D. Warforged, that's yeah, that was a fun time. I mean, and then this one, if I open it up again. This one was made a little bit ago. It's not really a spoiler or anything, because I don't plan on doing anything with it. Where did all the... Hold on, that's not the full art. There's more. It's in my thumbnails. Right? That was it. Oh, what did I just... Yeah, this was my uh first like thing for my Silk Song thing that I was going to edit, but I felt like I didn't really want, especially since I didn't do anything with it. But now that I'm streaming like other things, I'm definitely considering doing. I definitely have a different one though. I forgot how bad that one was. There it is. There it is. Yeah, that was preliminary art for Act 2, where I was going to be playing the villain while an angry Lace was just kind of like charging up to but that never came to pass. I might finish it one day, but I already have my 100% run, and I am not going to upload it. But yeah, I think that's everything. So I see you all on the other side. Flip side.